I don't own the rights to this music, I own the rights to this message. See that? This is the United States Congressman Kwesi Mfume's office, all right? That's the Department of Justice, all right? We're talking about asset recovery and money laundering. That's the Baltimore Sun, Tony Roberts. That's Mark Steiner. This is Legal Mail, WEEA Radio. That's Pam Woods. She used to work for the Baltimore Sun, now she works for the Baltimore Banner. That's the IRS, all right? I asked for a federal and a state audit. I still ain't got that federal and state audit. That's Eric Holder, Department of Justice. And that's the Rue, Baltimore's biggest loser. That's Fox 45, and you endorse Trump. That's Miss Steffi Rollins Blake. That's Brian Frosh. And that's President Trump. And he just got found guilty for rape. He just got in a $5 million suit against him, all right? And I'm looking for $250 million from the state of Maryland. They owe me. I was kidnapped by the state. The same way that you raped that woman, the state of Maryland raped my rights. You feel me? That's Congressman Kwesi Mfume. I ain't got no beef with you, but you sitting in the seat, so you got to represent me. This is from 2014, 2015, Elijah Cummings' office. 2014. False imprisonment. Police brutality. All right, you got that? For filming a movie. So I want to testify. I want to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee. I want to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee and talk about the corruption in Baltimore City and Baltimore County courts. I want to talk about Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, J. Wendell Gordon, Frank Boston. I want to talk about the FOP. False imprisonment, police brutality, judicial fraud, prisoners' right advocate, follow up to our, all right? So everything that I sent Congressman Cummings since I started this in 2006, all right? That's Peter Francott. That's the controller, all right? We're going to show you everybody involved in my false imprisonment. That's the Department of Justice, Eric Barron. That's Eric Barron, the Department of Justice. That's the Department of Justice, fraud recovery. I was making a movie about y'all and I used the toilet to do it. You feel me? I used the toilet to do it. Flip it over. Flip it over. It was art and evidence. That's Senator Ben Cardin. When I started this, Ben Cardin was a part of this. He said he couldn't be in the movie, but he's part of this illegal prosecution. And if you go to Ben Cardin's and get that information, file a Freedom of Information Act and get this information from Ben Cardin's. Freedom of Information Act and get it from Izzy Pataki. Freedom of Information Act and get it from Governor Hogan. Freedom of Information Act and get it from Westmore. Get this from Westmore. Get this from Westmore. And this from Westmore. He received it. Get a Freedom of Information Act. Kaylin Young, Judiciary Committee. Freedom of Information Act, the Maryland Black Caucus. Freedom of Information Act, Delegate Stephanie Smith. All right, the Maryland Black Caucus. Get a Freedom of Information Act, Marilyn Mosby. See how long she had it? Since 2016. That's Peter Francott. See how long? That's Ivan Bates. That's Ivan Bates. See how long? 2023. He got this. So Kwesi Mfume, like I said, I ain't got no beef with you. I ain't got no beef with you at all, but you sitting in the seat, you represent the people. So you gotta protect my rights. That's Kwesi Mfume. And we talking about the judges in the Department of Justice. You feel me? Judge Papaya, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souder. We talking about the judges in Baltimore County. And that's the school of law. And I'm a school y'all. Make my funk the P-funk. Mr. Wiggles the worm, one slithering idiot. I slide through the molecules of water like an eel through seaweed. All legal material from all three judges. All right? And that's the States Attorney's Office. All right? Marilyn Mosby, Greg Bernstein, Ivan Bates. We talking about our representatives and our black representation. That's Westmore. That's Delegate Lewis. Westmore is sitting on your door. That's the IRS. We talking about $250 million. My intellectual property, art and activism, the art of protest. That's Governor Hogan and Al Redmer. I was insured. I had $1 million policy. That's Governor Hogan. That's Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. That's Kwesi and Fume. That's Van Hollen and Dutch. And Dutch got all of this. Ask Dutch. He was on that toilet in 2010. So Governor Westmore, Kwesi and Fume, 2014, false imprisonment, police brutality, judicial fraud, prisoner's right advocate, a follow-up to a federal investigation about the abuses of power by public and elected officials. President Obama asked for an investigation in 2008. This is the follow-up. I respectfully request to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee. I want to testify in front of the House in Washington, D.C. All evidence and testimony from Eric Barron, the FBI, Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Marilyn Mosby, Ivan Bates, Anthony Brown, Governor Westmore. We're going to show you the new faces of old Jim Crow. We're going to end this where we started this, in a court of law. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects?